This is the grave of Fred Walter Oatman. On some documents, his name is Walter Fred, and on others, he's Fred Walter. So I'm going to go by what's on his grave. I knew right away that this grave was really going to try my patience in terms of waiting for a transformation, but I was not disappointed. Fred was born on November 4th, 1857. He was the third child of Isaac and Charlotte Oatman. They had 8 children in all: Orlin, Isaac, Fred, Lucy, Elijah, Lottie, Lydia, and George. George died in 1854 at the age of 3, but the rest of the children lived at least into early adulthood. One interesting thing I found about Fred's family: in 1870, Fred and all of his siblings, who ranged in age from 18 all the way down to 1 month, were living in Hebron, New York with a couple named Samuel and Eliza Huggins. Their parents were living together but completely separate from the children, but still in the same town. I couldn't find anything to directly explain that. Isaac did work, and they owned real estate and did have some finances, so it doesn't seem like poverty was the issue. But whatever reason, they at that time weren't capable of taking care of their children. By the next census in 1880, Isaac and Charlotte were living with their children that were still young enough to live at home. In August 1877, Fred died at the age of 19. His grave says 20, but he was actually just a couple months shy of turning 20. His cause of death was dropsy. If you follow me, you've heard that word a lot. Dropsy is an antiquated medical term for edema or swelling, usually caused by heart, liver, or lung failure. Just 5 years after Fred died, his sister Lucy died of scarlet fever at the age of 22, and she's buried just next to Fred. Fred's inscription says, "We miss thee at home." The top of his grave has a banner that says, "Our boy." I'll show it at the end. Here's the transformation after just a couple months. Here's the detail on the top.